Trump and Putin have stirred up a thriller with a double bottom. Everything will be decided only at the very last moment. But Zelensky is already trapped. When a joyful Volodymyr Zelensky was flying to Washington for Tomahawks, while the European warmongers were rubbing their hands in delight, something unexpected happened. An almost 2.5-hour conversation between the presidents of Russia and the United States. The Ukrainian president admitted he was, quote, surprised. The result? The man stepping off the plane in Washington was a politician destined to play his final tragic role. Zelensky, pale-faced, realized that the Tomahawks were a lure, and now he's cornered. Either the Americans will crush him if he says no to Trump, or the British will if he says yes. Donald Trump was very pleased with the phone call with Vladimir Putin, the eighth one. There were many courtesies. They talked about a lot. The Middle East, economic ties between Russia and the US, and of course, Ukraine. The conversation was very productive, with significant progress achieved, as Trump described it, and his team confirmed. The US president posted on Truth Social that he would meet Putin at an agreed location in Budapest to see if they can finally put an end to this disgraceful war between Russia and Ukraine. According to Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán, this summit could take place within 2 weeks. Trump said that a meeting of our top-level advisors will be held next week. He also wrote that he would discuss with Zelensky in the Oval Office his very productive conversation with Putin, during which significant progress had been made. Moscow also commented on this call, which came after a 2-month pause, in slightly less enthusiastic terms, perhaps to avoid jinxing it. According to Putin's aide, Yuri Ushakov, the conversation was very substantive, extremely frank and confidential, quite useful. He added that representatives of both countries will promptly begin preparing the summit, which may be held, for example, in Budapest. Until then, both leaders will stay in touch. Ushakov highlighted one very important reason why Trump is interested in peace. One of the main points made by the American president, Ushakov noted, was that ending the conflict in Ukraine would open up he emphasized, colossal opportunities for the development of US-Russia economic cooperation. So let's sum up the interim results. Moscow seems to have agreed to some kind of compromise, and now Trump's task is to make Zelensky and his backers walk their part of the path toward peace. What happens next is easy to guess. The ruler in Kiev, Trump plans to talk with Zelensky for 2 hours, will promise something vague, praise the American president, and Trump will announce that great progress has been made in those talks as well. Then, in about 2 weeks, Trump will go meet Putin, and maybe even try to bring along the Ukrainian president. And what about those Tomahawks, with which the Americans supposedly tried to frighten Putin while luring Zelensky to Washington? When Trump was asked about it, he slyly replied, "We also need Tomahawks for the United States. We have many, but we need them ourselves. I mean, we can't deplete our country's stockpiles. So, they're very important, powerful, precise, and good, but we need them too. So I don't know what we can do about that."